What's up, guys? It's DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now for your Gamma dose of the Jade Giant. Today's featured Hulk item is from the company Toy Biz. This is their Gamma Rage 12-inch rotocast figure. This is the Canadian exclusive variant, and the review is coming up next. Thanks for joining me today, guys. So this is a special one. This is the Canadian exclusive release from Toy Biz back in 2004. There were two different versions that came out. One was the grinning mouth, more classic Savage Hulk look. And then this variant that I'm reviewing today is the open mouth, like raged variant. He has a little bit different shaped head, different hairstyle, and basically a completely different head sculpt overall. Both of these figures are awesome, and I'll be doing the review of the other one down the pipeline at some point. This came out from Toy Biz back in 2004. If you collected Hulk stuff back then, this one was just like out of the blue. Back in 2004, technology wasn't at the point that it is currently at today. You can't just randomly pop on these sites and get a plethora of information on anything you could possibly imagine. Back then, it was a little bit different. You still got surprised by random things in stores, and there weren't these press releases of upcoming lines of figures and statues and stuff. So there was the internet, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't as vast and intricate as it is today. So in 2004, when these Canadian figures released, when I first saw images of these randomly online, because I was actually actively searching for Hulk products, I was just taken aback, what the hell is this and where can I get this? And I would search the stores and I'd be really confused as to why I could never find the product. This is around the 2003 Hulk era of merchandise with the movie, and they came out with the rotocast figures back then of the 12-inch line of Hulks, and they were really nice and super popular. So I just think Toy Biz said, hey, let's make a completely different sculpt, but capitalize on that popularity of those figures, and they came out with a completely different 12-inch set of figures. So when I talk about rotocast is just a really pliable PVC material that's lightweight, almost resembles like a vinyl figure. So it has a little bit of vinyl mixed in with the PVC, and it's just a completely different material than a normal 6-inch action figure. So if you ever held the 2003 12-inch Hulks, you'll know what I mean. It's super light, kind of rubbery feeling, and not as articulated. So after further research, and the particular one that I'm reviewing today, I found out that this is strictly a Canadian release. Due to the limited quantities, nobody really knowing how exclusive these were, not many were sold, and people in the US were never able to really get these. Even back then, immediately, it was super popular and pretty sought after once people caught wind of it, and the prices doubled even at that time. So these two particular Hulk figures basically became sought after right from the get-go. So if you never heard of this, hopefully this gives you an opportunity to see what it looks like. And let's take a closer look at this big guy. So again, if you have the 2003 12-inch rotocast Hulk figures, then you will generally have an idea of the type of quality and materials that are used. You will quickly notice that this is a completely different sculpt than that. Completely different paint, and a comic version of it. So let's do a quick 360 on this. We'll jump right into Sculpt. So this is the raged out version. It's very similar to the 2003 Screaming Rage Hulk, only this is the comic version. So you have the short hair, you can see greens and blacks throughout the hair. You see some veins popping out in the forehead. Really good aggressive eyes, nice teeth and tongue. Pretty good sculpt in the face, I really do like it. We have big traps, huge chest. We have nice musculature in the rib cage area, and definitely nice job on the ribs. You can see some nice texture work running throughout. It looks very, very good. On camera, the browns definitely look a lot brighter. They're not as bright in person. Keep note of that. But there are really, really good highlights running throughout him with the vascularity, huge bis and tris into the forearms and the fists. And here's the other side. So the left arm has the open hands and the right arm has the fist. Really, really cool sculpts. I love the purple pants that they chose. You can see all the different wrinkles up in the upper area, and then you can see all the muscles coming through the pants. Looks really, really nice. I really particularly like the bottom parts of the pants. I think they're nice. I like how you can see the kneecaps through it. They have the ripped pants here with the paint. Really good job on the paint there. They even made a little bit of highlights on the kneecap. A lot of really nice paint work running throughout. We have a massive back. Really interesting pattern on the back. I like it a lot. Really, really cool. He's kind of flexing his lats here and really making the folds of his back show. So the striations and musculature in the midsection of the back is really, really popping. Let's quickly get some actual measurements on him. And he's looking to be about 11.5 inches tall, but I do have him hunched over a little bit in the legs. So when he's fully extended, he's probably closer to 12, but I would say more 11.5 inches if I had to really be critical on that. It's always interesting to me when companies claim sizes of things, and sometimes that doesn't actually play out to the actual size that they plaster on their boxes. But for Sculpt, this is such a cool figure. I love the musculature. I love the structure of him and the comic style. Whether you have this or the original one, they're both awesome and definitely get an A for me on Sculpt. For paint, I love the different colors running through the hair. This particular Hulk doesn't have eyebrows. Really nice job on the eyes. Nice detail on the tongue and the teeth. I love the darker green they chose and really interesting browns running throughout. So you just get a lot of highlights running through the fingertips, on the palms, underneath the forearms, tons of browns on the chest, and it fades into the rib area. Get more on the biceps, on the knuckles. Just done really, really well. The blend on the feet came out excellent. Really, really smooth transitions. You can see more texture work on the back of the heels. A decent amount of browns running throughout the back as well. So for paint, I'm also going to give this an A. So now we're going to talk about quality. This is going to be my most critical area of these particular figures. If you know anything about rotocast, all these areas are very, very rubberized and almost like a vinyl-like material. I do think these hold up well. These won't break, the joints won't pop or break, so you won't have any of those problems, but there is a big but. Because of the rubberized material, these things scuff and scratch quite easily. So you'll get these really, really shiny marks on these vinyl rotocast figures. Mine is particularly in good condition, but I have seen people that have played with these, and if these figures have been played with, they are scuffed to death. Like literally, it looks like Hulk has been through a grinder, and there's just hundreds and hundreds of scuffs and paint scratches. Keep in mind of that if you're going to buy this opened used. Just keep a lookout for condition. So for quality of this, I'll give it a B+. Now, articulation and posability. This is probably going to be the lowest score on this particular figure, just because this is more of a put in a pose and leave it alone type of figure. This isn't something you really want to play with, and it's not really an action figure. You can pose this, so you can turn the head left and right. It does not articulate up and down. So take note, I'm not going to actually articulate this all that much because I don't want to scuff the browns at all. So I just really baby this just because of how rare it is. The shoulders do run on a ball joint here and they rotate. You have bicep swivel. You have no articulation in the elbows. You can do full 360 on the wrist. So same goes for this arm. You don't really have an ab crunch, but you do have an ab rotation. It's just really, really tight. And if you move this around all that much, there's really not much room and you will get rub. So just keep that in mind. You have a waist swivel here. So you can do a full 360 on that. You have two sections of swivels here. So you have it more on the upper hip areas. You can only rotate these. They don't really go up and down. They don't go side to side. You can only twist these with the angle that they intended in these areas. So you have thigh swivel. I don't really recommend that just with characters that show muscles through pants, because once you twist these areas in certain directions, the muscles don't align up. My OCD rages with that. There's no knee articulation or ankle articulation. So you have 13 points of articulation with this particular figure. And I will give the articulation of this a B-. Here is a size comparison of a really beefy House of M Hulk figure. And this is what they look like next to each other. So you can just see the size difference. So he is very, very big and muscular overall because these toys are huge. for the Marvel Legends scaled figures. Does he have the wow factor? Absolutely. This is a showstopper of a piece. This is a piece that you get strictly on looks, put him in a really cool pose, and you throw him on your shelf, and he just stands out amongst the rest just because of his size, sculpting, paint, detail, just everything about him. So I will give the wow factor an A+. So I will give this figure 2 thumbs up and an overall score of an A. So this really is a tough figure to get. All I can say is on the online sites like eBay, Mercari, just keep a lookout, constantly search. Sometimes these miraculously do pop up, and when they do, just make sure you have money aside, $150 to $300, depending on condition and if it's boxed. But is it worth that price? If you're a Hulk fan and you just want the best of best sculpts and just standout pieces, this is definitely one of them. Either this or the regular version. They're both really, really nice. So just expect to pay the higher end prices for this particular piece because it's very, very sought after in regards to Hulk merch. But in the comment section, let me know what you think of this. If you've never seen it before, what do you think of the sculpt and the detail and the paint? And if it's something you're going to be keeping an eye out for and possibly picking up. So if you have it, let me know when you bought it and if you love it as much as I do. Thanks for watching, guys. Please Hulk smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So keep a lookout for my shorts every Monday through Friday and my main videos Saturday and Sunday. So have a wonderful day, guys. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.